Thanks, Neil. I was up in Glasgow last weekend and I'd forgotten about one of the great crimes of urban planning that's happened in Scotland, which is the fucking motorway they planned through the middle of Glasgow. Look at that, it's horrendous. But it reminded me why I never rode a bike the whole time I lived in Glasgow. It's not a very bike-friendly city. It's changed a bit, but it's not a place where you ride a bicycle. So when I moved down to London 4 years ago, I got a real shock. Some of my mates were riding bikes down here, Jamie over there, and ran on too. So I want to tell you a story about how bicycles saved my life. It sounds a bit far-fetched. How could something as simple as a bike have this huge impact on my life? What was so wrong with my life that I needed a bike to fix it? Actually, it was graphic design. Apologies to all the fledgling graphic designers in the audience. But it's shit, okay? You have a brilliant idea, you send it to the client, but they say the logo's too small. They send it back again. You're like, oh, okay, we'll change the colours. Then nephew knows Photoshop's got better ideas, sends it back again. You're like, fuck, come on. And they're like, oh, it's going off tangent, it's nearly out of court. And you're like, finally, you get this idea past them, but that's just the first revision. Shit! And it screwed me up. This is the day I decided I had to quit my job. And instead I kind of basically wandered around the tape while I'm thinking, what the hell have I done with my life? And I basically started therapy and this process of working what I was going to do next in my life, which has been difficult. But thankfully I watched this amazing documentary about a photographer in New York called Bill Cunningham. He's 80-something years old. He cycles around New York shooting street fashion for the New York Times. It's a brilliant film. Actually, I've got a copy here. Anyone's not seen it? Anyone could copy? There's the other one at the back. There you go. And he said, if you don't take money, they can't tell you what to do. That's the whole key to the whole thing. That is a big problem with graphics, you know, that the client owns you. So I started wondering, what could I do with the client out of the equation? And I realised I wanted to take photos like Bill Cunningham was doing. And the natural subject matter was going to be bikes. This is the second-hand bike that I got, and this is when I realised I had a problem and it was getting a bit addictive. I rode to Brighton, which is 60 miles, I rode to Dunwich, which is an amazing overnight bike ride, 100 odd miles, which anyone with a bike you should do if you're in London. It's a brilliant thing to do. But yeah, the deeper I got into bike culture, the more I realised I had an image problem. I mean, look at these guys, it's like some kind of militant thing, you know? It's like a battle, you know? High vis and helmets and lycra, and this actually puts people off riding a bike. So I kind of decided I wanted to do something about this. And I created a kind of new mantra, which was human beings on bikes, not cyclists. I hate that word. But I couldn't find any websites about just normal people riding bikes, so that kind of became my mission, to create a place where you could go and just see normal people riding bikes. So I dusted off my SLR camera and went out in London looking for interesting people. But of course, I'm still a graphic designer, so I had to do a nice logo for this. So I was like, right, let's reduce the bike. I mean, the simplicity is the beauty of bikes, but I was like, let's pare it right back. And I created this whole family of bikes, Bromptons and penny farthings and tour bikes. And this became the starting point for the project. And this was the first photo I took for CycleLove. This guy had a didgeridoo strapped onto his bike, so I basically was chasing down the street and was like, right, can I take a photo? And he was a bit confused, but this was the starting point for the project. And then I basically carried on looking for interesting people. You know, he just got his trousers rolled up, there's no fucking light shit. At this point, I quit my job and I went to New York. Went to Texas, travelled across the whole States by train, shooting people on bikes, and then came back to London and kind of carried on with this project. And to launch the blog, I did a screening of Bill Cunningham at Look Among the Hands, which is a cool cycling cafe in London. And it worked out really well, actually. It was standing room only, and I was like, okay, this project could go somewhere. So showing this film was my kind of way of saying thanks to Bill Cunningham for inspiring me to take photos again. And I started to extend the project into the real world. I did this limited edition poster, t-shirt, stickers. Everyone likes stickers, right? And it was also a kind of way of celebrating being my own client. I never got to do any of this stuff with clients in my own life, so it was a kind of a bit of self-indulgence. And I decided to deliver my first t-shirt on a bike, and the fucker was in Peterborough, which is 100 miles north of London, but after I did it, it was his birthday, and the look on his face when I explained why I'd done this made it all worthwhile, and this became a story that I could tell, and kind of a way of showing that I meant business with this project. This is CycleLove.net. This is where my photos live, also interviews with people who have bike brands. The style selections on there, so kind of looking at normal people's outfits curated to go with the bike. And there's also a kind of A to Z of London's cafes and workshops and bike-friendly venues, which is the next phase of the project. And the culmination of all this has been having my own bike built by a guy in London. So we together designed this kind of really simple single-speed bike, which has no gears. It doesn't actually have brakes in this photo, but it does have brakes over now. And this really set me thinking, why do people get so addicted to bikes? And there's this whole thing that tools are an extension of your body, and if you're brushing your teeth, you don't need to look at your hand with a toothbrush, you know what you're doing. I think with bikes, the same thing happens, but all four of your limbs are connected to the thing. It becomes a part of you in a way. I think there's something magical going on with bikes. And it's something scientists try to explain, but this guy has Parkinson's, and he can't walk, he needs assistance just to move his feet. But the amazing thing is the researchers put him onto a bike, and he's away, and he's off like cycling into the distance. It's amazing. I don't think he comes back. He's away, he's happy. And that is really the joy of bikes, and I think that's this photo I took kind of sums up. So if you haven't ridden a bike before, I would urge you to give it a shot.